Hi guys, I'm telling you, it's getting harder and harder to find a quiet spot around here. Anyway, we have a math lesson we need to do today, and we're going to do 3 questions, okay? And I don't want to forget how to tell time, so we are actually going to do some time questions. So if you don't have paper and pencil or a marker or a board, you need to get something now because you're going to be writing a time for me, okay? We're just going to simply show you a clock, and I want you to write the time. Okay? Let's review some things, though. Let's see if you remember. This kind of clock that looks like this with the hands. Now, these don't look like hands, but they are called hands on a clock. This kind of clock with the numbers and the sticks or hands, that's called an analog clock. And it's different than your digital clock like on your microwave and stuff or your cell phone. Okay, so you have to know how to do both. You have to know the digital kind, they're easier. And then this analog clock, okay? All right, so remember what this hand is called? It's the smaller one. The little hand, what do we call that? Yeah, the hour hand, because you always start there. So when you're ready to tell time, you always start there. So you would pick the 9, because that's where the little hand is, or the hour hand. That tells us the hour. And then this one is the minute hand, because it tells you how many minutes have gone by. Okay? All right, so anytime the minute hand is on the 12, we always say what? Yeah, o'clock. So right now you would start with your hour, 9 o'clock. How about now? 8 o'clock. How about now? Remember, you always start with the hour. Yeah, 6 o'clock. Good. And let's do one last one. 3 o'clock. Okay, that was just review. We're not going to do any writing down yet. But be careful. Some kids get tricked because the hour hand is kind of between a number, and you have to know what to do. Now, is it 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock? What do you think? Yeah, it's still 3 o'clock. It's going to be 3 o'clock until it touches the 4. Yeah. Let's pretend it was like right there. What time is it? Yeah, it's 5 o'clock. It's still 5 o'clock until it touches the next number. Okay, so that's the only trick that I ever see with o'clock. You guys usually do pretty good on o'clock. Now, let's pretend we wanted to write this time. What time is it? Yeah, 5 o'clock. Now, there's one mistake that I sometimes see with clocks. Write 5 o'clock for me, and we'll talk about it. Good. Did you do 5 dot dot 0000? Yeah, 5 o'clock. Sometimes, not often, but sometimes kids will get confused and they'll put a 12 because they see the big hand or the minute hand is on the 12, so they think that's what the time is. But that's not how we write 5 o'clock. We write 5 o'clock with an O. 5 o'clock. Good. Now, let's pretend it's 5 o'clock and some minutes went by. Remember, every time you touch a number on the clock, it's 5 minutes. So let's see, 5 o'clock, 5:05, 10, 15, 20, 5:20, 25, 30. What time is it? 5:30. Good. How would you write 5:30? Do you remember? All right, you write it. Good. Did you do 5 dot dot 30? Now remember, I saw on some pages before we left that some kids thought it was 5 and a 6. I don't even know what. That's not really a real time. Just because the hand's on the 6 doesn't mean that's what it's called. It's called 5:30 because 30 minutes went by, right? 5:30. All right. Or we can call it half past because it was 5 o'clock. Whoop. It was 5 o'clock, and then half of the clock went by. Yeah, half of the clock. 5:30. So wait a minute. If there's 30 minutes have passed, and that's half, what would 30 more minutes be? The other half. Yeah, there's 60 minutes in 1 hour. So for this to go all the way around, whoop, for the minute hand to go all the way around, it takes 60 minutes. There's 60 minutes in 1 hour. Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. 60 minutes in an hour. All right, ready? So here's our game. Our game is called What Time Is It? All right, and this is where you're going to have to write it down. All right, I'm just going to throw out some random numbers and random times. All right, what time is it? Good, 3 o'clock. Did you write 3 ... Oh, 3 o'clock? Good, easy one. All right, what time is it? Tricky one because you don't see the hour hand. Where is it? It's under the 6. So what time is it? Yeah, 6 is under there. You always start with the little hand, the hour hand. 6:30. Did you write 6 ... 30? 6:30. Good. Okay, what time is it? Did you write 7 o'clock? 7 ... o'clock? Good. All right. How about, what time is it? Oops. There you go. What time is it? Yeah, 12. What? 30. Did you write 12? Running out of space. ... 30. 12:30. Good. Erase the speedy quick if you're following along because I need extra space. All right. This time I'm going to give you a time and then I'm going to give you a story and some time is going to go by and you're going to have to write the time that I said. So, for example, let's pretend you went to the movies. The movie started at 7 o'clock. So let's go 7 o'clock. Oops. There you go. It's 7 o'clock, and the movie's going to last for 2 hours. It's a 2-hour cartoon movie. What time is the movie over? It starts at 7, and it goes for 2 hours. So you have to think to yourself, 7 and 2 more hours. 7, 8, 9. 9 o'clock, the movie would be over. So 9 ... 00. 9 o'clock. Oop, my battery's dying. All right, so 7, whoop, 8, that's 1 hour, whoop, 2 hours. So that would be 9 o'clock. The movie would end at 9 o'clock. Did you guess that? Yeah, that was an easy one. All right, this one's not so easy. Let's say breakfast, you went to breakfast at 9 o'clock and you were there for 1.5 hours. You went to breakfast and you were there, maybe at a fancy restaurant. You were there for 1.5 hours. That's a trickier one. So what would 9 o'clock plus 1 hour be? 9, 10, okay? That's 1 hour. Whoop. But how about 10.5? Because you have to do it. Remember, you have 9, and then I said 1.5 hours. So here's 10, but we still need a half an hour more. Remember, half an hour is that 30. So, whoop. So what time would that be? Yeah, 10:30. So that breakfast would be over at 10:30. And we're going to go through that one again. Remember, the breakfast started at 9. So 9, 10, that's 1 more hour. And then 30 more minutes. 10:30. You get it? All right, those are tricky. All right, I would suggest working with some clocks. In your packet, if you're following along, there's a clock page. I think it's just o'clock or something. It's going to be super easy. So, but do that review page in case you need a little bit of practice with analog clocks, the ones with the hands. All right. And also, we're going to try something. Now, if you don't have the packet, I think it was just Carly. I forgot to send it out to Virginia to you, sweetheart, so I'm sorry. But I'm going to show you how you can do this money page if you don't have this page. There is a page in your packet that has lines, and we've done this before. And on each of the lines, and if you don't have the packet, if you're not in my class or something, you could do it on this marker board or paper. You just pick different amounts of money for each of these lines. So let's pretend this one said 10 cents. This one said 25 cents. This one said 8 cents, 90 cents. I'm just making up numbers. 45 cents, 55 cents, and 60 cents. Okay, let's just pretend there's different types of money amounts at the bottom of the page. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to practice making that amount of money 2 different ways. So for example, if this one says 10 cents, there's lots of ways to make 10 cents. Could I use 10 pennies? I'm not going to do it all for you, but I'm going to show you. Could I use 10 pennies? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. That would be 10 cents. Is there another way to make 10 cents? Yeah. Could I use a dime? Could I use a dime at 10? Yeah. Could I use a nickel? Yeah, I'd have to have 2 of them because 5 and 5 more would make 10 cents. So that's just 3 ways to make 10 cents already. I just want you to do 2 different ways to make each of those coins, each of those amounts, okay? Practice lots of different ways. Like when you get up to like a big number like 90 cents, I think that says 90 cents. Let's pretend you have a big number like 90 cents. Well, you could use 9 dimes, but I want you to try lots of different ways, using like quarters and dimes and quarters and nickels. Okay, just practice your money because I don't want you to forget how to do that. Okay, so that is your challenge for that. Something else you can do with your coins on your board or with a piece of paper is simply just to do 4 sections like this. Okay, and put nickels on one. Let's see, 5 cents, 1 cent, 10 cents, and 25 cents. Okay, and then just sort your coins. Get a whole jar full of money. I got like a whole bag full of money, and then you have to decide, like sort it, kind of like you do when we did like our jelly bean graph. You just sort it. So this one is a penny I picked up. So am I going to put it here with a 10? No, I'm going to put all my pennies here, and then all my quarters. See the one with the eagle? The quarters here, right? So you're going to put all your coins in the different categories just to practice sorting. The one that's going to give you the most trouble is the quarter and the nickel because they look so similar. That's where you're going to have to look at the back. See, when you look at the quarter and the nickel, they kind of look alike, don't they? Because these 2 presidents look alike, Jefferson and Washington. You really have to take a look at the back, right? So you can sort nickels and quarters. Now, there might be some new quarters, the ones with the states on them, right? And quarters always have those ridges, the bumps on the side, where nickels don't. Nickel is a little bit smaller too, isn't it, in size? So you really should practice your coins, okay? Practice your clocks, practice your coins. You have several pages to work on in your packets. There might be some extra review that we didn't get a chance to go through. Today's the day to kind of review that stuff and go over it, okay? All right, keep learning.